Have you seen the news? Silver prices in China just exploded, hitting an insane $93 an ounce. That's more than 3 times the price we're seeing in the rest of the world. What in the world is going on? Is this a glitch, a bubble, or a sign of something much bigger? Stick with me, because today we're diving deep into the mystery of China's silver squeeze. We'll unpack exactly why this is happening, what it means for the global market, and most importantly, what it means for you and your investments. This isn't just a story about numbers on a screen. It's a fascinating look at supply, demand, and a potential shift in the financial landscape. You won't want to miss this. So, let's get right into it. The key player in this drama is the Shanghai Futures Exchange, or SHFE. This is where the action is. While silver is trading around $30 an ounce in London and New York, on the SHFE, it's a completely different story. $93. To understand this massive gap, we need to talk about arbitrage. Normally, if a commodity is cheap in one place and expensive in another, traders will swoop in, buy low, sell high, and pocket the difference. This process usually keeps prices around the world pretty aligned, but with silver in China, that's not happening. Why? Because it's incredibly difficult to get large amounts of physical silver into China quickly to take advantage of that price difference. There are import restrictions, regulations, and logistical hurdles. It's like a financial fortress, and right now, the silver inside is worth a fortune. This situation tells us one thing loud and clear. There's a massive demand for physical silver within China, and not enough supply to meet it. Think of it like a sold-out concert. The official ticket price might be $50, but outside the venue, desperate fans are willing to pay $300. That's what we're seeing with silver in Shanghai. This demand isn't just coming from big industrial players. We're also seeing a huge surge in interest from everyday investors. In China, there are limits on how much foreign currency people can buy, and the real estate market has been shaky. So, where do they put their money? Increasingly, they're turning to precious metals like gold and silver as a safe haven to protect their wealth. It's a classic flight to safety, but on a massive scale. Now let's break down the sources of this demand. First, you have the industrial side. China is the world's factory. It's a massive consumer of silver for everything from electronics and solar panels to medical equipment. As their manufacturing sector continues to hum along, their need for silver is relentless. For example, the boom in solar panel production is a huge driver. Each panel needs a small amount of silver, but when you're making millions of them, it adds up to a colossal amount. This industrial appetite creates a strong baseline of demand that puts constant pressure on the available supply. Then you have the investment demand, which has truly gone into overdrive. The Chinese public has a long-standing cultural affinity for precious metals. Gold and silver are seen as real money, a tangible store of value that can't be devalued by government policy in the same way a currency can. With concerns about the local economy and a volatile stock market, many are looking for a reliable way to preserve their savings. They're buying silver bars, coins, and even silver jewelry, not just for adornment, but as a hard asset. This retail frenzy is adding fuel to the fire, pushing prices on the domestic market far beyond international levels. It's a perfect storm of industrial need and private investment, creating a massive supply squeeze within the country's borders. So, what are the bigger implications here? Is this just a temporary localized event, or is it the canary in the coal mine for the global silver market? Well, it highlights a potential vulnerability in the global supply chain. For years, the price of silver has been largely determined by the paper markets in London and New York, where contracts for silver are traded. Many argue that these paper markets have artificially suppressed the price of physical metal. What's happening in China shows what can happen when physical demand completely overwhelms the paper price. It's a real-world stress test, and the system is showing cracks. If China continues to draw in a significant portion of the world's available silver, it could create a ripple effect globally. It could mean less available silver for other countries, both for industrial use and for investment. If a major manufacturer in Europe or the US can't get the silver it needs, production lines could slow down. If investors around the world see this happening, they might rush to secure their own physical silver, creating a similar squeeze on a global scale. This is why everyone is watching Shanghai so closely. It's a battle between the paper price set in the West and the physical price being driven by demand in the East. And right now, the East is winning. Let's consider the historical context. This isn't the first time we've seen a disconnect between paper and physical markets. We saw glimpses of it during the silver squeeze movement a few years ago. But the scale of what's happening in China is unprecedented. We're talking about the world's second-largest economy, with a population of over 1 billion people, suddenly developing an insatiable appetite for physical silver. This isn't just a group of retail traders on a social media platform. It's a nationwide trend. This could fundamentally change how silver is priced worldwide. If the price is no longer set by a few banks trading paper contracts, but by the raw, physical demand from a place like China, we could be entering a whole new era for precious metals. So what should you, the individual investor, take away from all this? First, it's a powerful reminder that the price you see on your screen for a stock or a commodity might not reflect the real-world value or the availability of the physical item. The difference between a paper promise and having the metal in your hand can be enormous, as China is demonstrating. Second, it shows the power of holding tangible assets. In times of economic uncertainty, physical assets that are universally recognized and have intrinsic value, like gold and silver, tend to perform well. They can't be printed into oblivion, and they don't depend on a company's earnings report. This event in China could be a catalyst. It might force the market to reevaluate the true price of silver based on its actual supply and demand fundamentals rather than on paper derivatives. If this trend continues, the $30 silver we see today could look incredibly cheap in hindsight. I'm not giving financial advice, but it's crucial to pay attention to these major global shifts. The $93 price tag in China might seem crazy now, but it could be a preview of what happens when the rest of the world wakes up to the real supply and demand picture for silver. It's a fascinating and developing story, and one that could have a major impact on your portfolio. In conclusion, the situation in China is more than just a weird number on a chart. It's a powerful signal. It's the sound of a huge economy voting with its money, choosing the safety and security of a real physical asset over paper promises. It's a stress test of the global financial system, and it's revealing some serious cracks. Whether this leads to a global repricing of silver remains to be seen, but one thing is for sure. The world is watching Shanghai. The disconnect can't last forever. Either silver will flood into China and bring the price down, or the rest of the world's price will have to rise to meet China's. Which way do you think it will go? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the financial markets. Stay informed and stay safe.